We're streaming live. Well, not streaming live, but coming to you from the space. And this is the inaugural unnamed podcast. I'd like to introduce two of the fine people I'm sitting with. Graham Langridge is on the couch.
Hi. Yeah, that's me. And Tyler Captain.
Good start, guys.
Yeah. That's the part that I thought would be weird. Is like, now we're not talking to each other for a second, right?
I should have thought more about how that could have gone.
Because I'm transitioning into like radio mode now, where I'm looking at you, but I'm not thinking about you. I'm thinking about McCorkindale or something, right?
Right. It felt more natural the first go around. My name's Chris, and we're going to try this out. One of the first things we want to do together is just kind of discuss what we're doing here and why we're here and how much we love podcasts to begin with.
Yeah. Huge podcast fans.
This episode of The Harmonious Gentleman is brought to you by our friends at Blind Man Brewing, the most awarded brewery in Canada. They brew innovative, high-quality, and flavorful beer while working for sustainability through their green initiatives. Blind Man Brewing hosts all kinds of harmonious fun at their beautiful tap room in Lacombe, Alberta. Live music, cornhole leagues, wonderful tacos, or a refreshing pint with friends. There's always something fresh and tasty at Blind Man Brewing.
Well, if podcast episodes were the perfect score in snooker, you'd know this has to be episode 147 of The Harmonious Gentleman. I'm Chris.
I'm not going to say our names just yet because I'm curious. Like, I never understood what snooker is as opposed to billiards. So can we get that out of the way right off the bat?
Well, it might be the same as billiards, but not the same as 8-ball.
And what's pool?
I don't know. I think this is like the United Kingdom. Everything is UK, but not everything is Wales, you know? No. Yeah. So if you're playing snooker, you would have a large table, bigger than like a 4x8. I think it's actually 10x6, maybe. Okay. There are still 6 pockets, just like in whatever game you're thinking of in your mind. There are 15 red balls, and then there are colored balls that are each valued at different points. 2 through 7. A red ball is worth 1. In a perfect game, a person breaks, sinks a red, then sinks 1 color ball after the red, and then that color ball comes back up. Then gets to shoot another red, and if he sinks the red, he goes to another colored ball. Okay. Red, color, red, color, red, color. But the colored ball is always drawn out. At the end, when all the red balls are down, you sink the colored balls in order. So for a person to get a perfect score, it's very difficult.
They don't miss a single shot.
Don't miss a single shot.
Yeah, I didn't follow a whole lot of that.
And earn 147 points.
But I'm assuming that that pool came first, and someone's like, I'm going to make this
harder,
way more complicated.
Could the corners, like the holes are smaller, like or at least smaller. Like the bumpers angling into the hole.
Bumpers bigger, holes smaller.
Are the balls
are
the
tighter.
Same size? The balls are tighter?
Yeah.
What about the cues?
Cues are longer. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're kicking off a new season. That might not be our strongest start. But I am Graham.
I was glad that it wasn't like this many people died in a plane crash in the Andes or something.
Oh, that's true. I was still waiting for that. The number of people who died playing snooker.
Yeah. I think now it's the number of people who fell asleep listening to that explanation.
Counting.
Awesome. You guys, this feels good. I don't know. I feel good tonight. This is our kicking off of the season. It's kind of our September thing we'd like to do. We are at Blind Man, our flagship sponsor.
That's right. Once again, agreed after Tyler's hard door knocking, street pounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very supportive.
They were very willing, and we are very grateful.
Yeah.
To Blind Man for supporting us again.
Yeah.
And not only did they say come record here, they even gave you some beer.
Yeah.
Some unreleased that we can talk about.
Wow. Yes. Should we talk about that right now?
Well, maybe can we just quickly thank all the sponsors, because it is a full season coming up of episodes, and we have actually added a 4th sponsor this year that we are all very excited about, because we've talked about this.
Well, first mention the long stay, like the ones from last year.
But yes, we have the returning sponsors that we love and appreciate so much. So Blind Man, as was mentioned.
Cilantro and Chive.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks to Riley and the team there.
Yeah, they've been around for a while too.
And we've recorded at both their locations, Red Deer and Lacombe, over the years, and it's always a good time.
Yeah, and then the King's University in Edmonton have joined us again.
Yeah.
We hope to get more guests from their faculty and just connections to that community.
It's one of our goals this year.
We've had a couple over the years.
Yeah, we've had a few. And we're working on lining some more up. Maybe even going and record. I think they have a pretty nice studio.
Oh,
so maybe we'll go check that out.
Do they have like sound engineers that could
maybe
learn
students.
something from Graham?
Yeah.
And Tyler, do you want to announce our newest sponsor?
Sure. Yeah, we're super excited to have Birdie Coffee Co. joining us.
That's
and
cool.
You'll hear their ad near the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Before Confessions.
Yeah.
So thanks to Ryan and people at Birdie for.
I saw Ryan on Friday. I haven't seen him for a while, and he was so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've wanted a coffee sponsorship for a long time, and we got the best.
Nice.
So it's done and done.
Done and done.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're great.
Yeah. So thank you, Birdie. So there you go. We're excited. Whenever we start a new season like that, it's exciting. Mm-hmm. We'll have some new merch.
Yeah.
It's always in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors.
We always do this kind of reset in September, which is when we're also back to work after the summer off. Mm-hmm. So it feels really exciting, but also very busy.
Yeah.
But maybe those two things go hand in hand too. That we've kind of had the summer to relax and reflect, and then
time to
get
get
back
into
together.
routine.
Yeah, get back
And we've
to
had
it.
I've had some listeners talk to me about like when we release episodes, and we were, things were a little different when things got busy, but we want to return to every 2 weeks on Saturday morning release schedule again. And so expect that going forward. So maybe before we hit our break, because we're going to talk a little bit, this is kind of an in-between episode, you guys. We're going to be kind of like resetting ourselves, talking about our purpose a little bit, having a few laughs, But maybe real quickly, instead of recommendations, why don't we quickly do a little taste test here of this unreleased beer, Tyler?
Yeah, this is a nitro stout, the world's finest nitro stout.
That's a pretty bold claim.
Yeah. It's in a very nice can, black, gold, green. It's brewed by Blind Man, of course, but it's under the Dandy brand.
Oh, okay.
So when you're looking for this, look for it, like Dandy is the label on there.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, but we're going to open it up. This is a nitro stout, so even the pour is important.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you guys-
Chris is going to record the pour with his microphone. It's a new season. New experiences. So the pour is happening. Tyler, he's just dumping it in. He's not even.
Is this what you do with the
It's an
nitro
aggressive
beer?
pour, yeah.
It is an
It's
aggressive
all over
pour.
the place.
Yeah. No.
But look at that.
the
It's just, what's the term for that?
Cascade.
The cascade from dark foam to beer.
Yeah. And then, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
It is a nice, rich color.
Not normally like a stout fan myself, but I'm excited to give this a try.
That's very, very good.
Are you a stout fan, Tyler?
I am. I actually really like Guinness.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm not going to say worse.
All right. But if you like Guinness, you'll enjoy this.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Guinness, like the way it looks, the way it tastes.
Yeah, Tyler,
way it
you're
feels.
like a beer critic. Like, let's use some other language. Let's get into it here.
Oh,
what's
got
what's at the
the
front?
body.
What's at the back?
It's
Okay.
got some body to it.
What's the
It
aroma?
has I think I did a pretty decent job pouring. It's got a nice
He just
cascade.
dumped it in like he was dumping out like fish back into the river. Like,
Yeah, it was just straight. The can
Well,
was
the thing is-
completely vertical.
Yeah.
With a nitro stout, the bubbles are very fine. They're very small. That's nitrogen in there, I believe.
That's right, instead of carbon dioxide.
And
He's right.
it creates a very creamy head
So you
on
get
top.
kind of like less of that bite that you'd get from
Yeah, it's just
Which I kinda like
very,
that
very
about-
smooth.
Yeah.
anything carbonated.
Any night.
bubbly.
Yeah.
I think in the front,
Beer.
very smooth, but also in the back.
Okay.
I think he nailed it.
Way more than I'd be able to say about it.
Chris and Tyler, I have a question for you guys. What are we doing? Why do we do anything that we do? Why do we get up? Why do we go to our jobs? Tyler, why'd you wear that shirt today? You guys.
That's a great question.
Why do we make this podcast so many years in? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Identity crisis.
I think we kind of need to talk about this a little bit. To kick off the season, let's reset. Let's ask ourselves what we're doing and map out a plan for the future.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris, let's try this nitro beer and we'll
Ooh,
get to the heart of the matter. Coming
sounds
up.
good.
This segment is brought to you by the King's University in Edmonton, Alberta. check out King's brand new Bachelor of Kinesiology degree. This integrative, highly practical health sciences program is about preparing you for careers in human performance, sports, and biomechanics. If you have a passion for movement and exercise, visit kingsu.ca/kinesiology.
All right, we're going to start by just really analyzing and critiquing why we do this podcast. I guess that can be the question. Why do you do this podcast? Maybe more, if we want to go a little deeper, like what's the point of this podcast? So let's start with the easy version. Like, why do we do this?
Do you think this is kind of a cool practice to do in anything in your life? Like to once in a
Probably.
while just like look and why do I do this?
Reflectively
Yeah.
consider.
Yeah. But we'll stick to the podcast for now. Yeah.
Okay.
I do the podcast because really fun. Like it's always fun. Like I always look forward to it. I love the conversations that it spurs on with people in my community. The podcast was never intended to become a huge, successful, millions of listen kinds of thing.
And yet, here we are.
Yeah. Who knew? But I do love that it does open up conversations. And maybe not all the time, but way more than I ever thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's a way to, spend time with you guys too. Like we get to, it's like a forced friendship. That sounds totally wrong. No, it's not a forced friendship.
That's fair.
No, that's not what I mean. But it's an outlet, right? Especially since we work in different places now. It keeps us tight as friends, which is important to me. So I mean, there's really no negatives to me. I mean, sometimes the editing might take a little longer than I think, and that's a bit of a bummer. But it almost never happens. So simple answer: it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris?
I think at the beginning there was maybe a different reason. Like we all liked podcasts and we talked about we should try that. But 147 episodes later, my answer is probably a little bit different. That, like you, it's community. Like I like being with you guys, but I also like engaging in topics that the conversations we have are much deeper than I have with a typical person. I'd say like I don't talk about a topic for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And put thought into it and maybe research. And maybe I could, but that won't happen. But I love that it happens here. And we also get a chance to invite guests. Like sometimes you guys bring people on that surprise me or I would never get a chance to talk. But I've found those people too. Just, hey, we need somebody to talk to. Let's reach out, which I wouldn't have done in my own personal life, right? To try to talk to somebody.
That's true.
So it's given, I think, just kind of a creative outlet as well to conversation, if that's a creative outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I resonate with all of that. I think the connection with you guys is definitely what makes it almost impossible to stop doing this.
Yeah.
When we started, I agree. It was more about pursuing a creative hobby. Right? It was I want to get better at podcasting, better at asking questions, better at making my voice sound better. I remember that was for a little while, and and then really thinking about how we structure the episodes, and then branding and all that stuff was kind of fun. And not that it's not anymore, but now I think it is about the conversation we're having. And to add to what you said, Chris, about not having these kinds of conversations regularly, I think doing it as a podcast, knowing other people are going to listen, does change my posture. Probably I'm just more careful with what I'm saying, which is hard sometimes, but I think also I see it as a healthy thing to practice.
Yeah.
So it's been, I think I mentioned this in another similar episode where we reflected, this is actually changing the way I am, I think, having done the podcast for as long as we have.
Yeah.
Ditto to me.
I
Do you
like
think you're better not just at navigating tough conversations, but even conversing? Have you improved?
I was pretty darn good before.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah.
You were, I know. But you were the 96th percentile, now that you're the 99th kind of thing.
Do you think so, Chris? I'm not sure about that one for me.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I will say, Chris, when I first met you, before we did the podcast for those few years, you were one of my favorite people to talk to in general, just people that I met in Red Deer. So the fact that you did the podcast with us early on, I was so pumped.
Oh, sweet.
That I could hang out with you. Ty, you're pretty cool too. I should say. But I was pumped that I'd be able to talk with you, you know?
That's
And so this is
hilarious.
my sneaky way of being in touch with you. But both you guys too, for sure. Yeah, I don't know,
That's
Tyler,
awesome.
like, do you guys think, so the purpose has shifted for sure, because early on it was a creative outlet. We never thought this would go on. Never thought we'd have sponsors, all that kind of stuff,
No.
right?
Yeah.
But do you think that we have lived up to what you thought our podcast was going to be?
It's a good question.
Are you pleased with what we've done, considering maybe our outlook early on?
Well, I think so, but I kind of think there's two ways to think of the question even, is like, on a personal level, is it living up to what I was hoping it would be? And I think so. I would say yes, actually. Like, it's fun, like you said, Graham. I'm learning, we're staying connected. But then, are we living up to what it means to be harmonious? That's the part where I'm not as sure. Like,
Yeah.
We've kind of answered the question, why are we still doing this? But what's the point of doing this, I guess, is the question I struggle with, I guess. Like,
We've always struggled with that, right? And I think it's good because we're striving every time we make an episode. But people have said to me, why don't you say what you really feel? People can tell that we're holding back sometimes.
Yeah.
In an effort
Yeah.
to be harmonious, maybe we're being less honest.
Yeah.
Or maybe we haven't had voices on, guests on that we disagree with. That's another thing I've heard in the
Yeah.
past. Like, you guys should actually be confronted with some differing opinions. And we've talked about that before.
we've also had a critique that even setting things up the way we do, that there's division and polarity, and we're trying to fix that. Even just by like setting things up that way, we are making the problem worse.
Right.
That's maybe a harsher way than our listener said it, but that's the way
fair.
I took it. Was
yeah.
that, maybe stop talking about how divided the world is
Yeah.
on these issues, and
Because you're adding to it. Yeah, right.
But I don't think division is bad. Like, that's just humans. I think what makes it worse is if we don't know how to talk to people. Like, so we do try and talk about, and again, we don't model that specifically with people that have differing opinions, but to sort of say the world is so divided, it's so terrible, it's like there's always been division amongst these things. I think social media and politics has really brought out maybe more viscerally, but we can't pretend like that's division's new.
So do you think there's a better name for our podcast looking back over 146 episodes?
Good question.
Oh, that's a hard
Consensus?
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we
Please.
are fairly harmonious. Like, we don't all agree on everything exactly. But our kind of the big things, we're close enough that it's not too hard to model civil discourse.
Right.
I think Harmonious does work, but I wonder if the critique that we're kind of taking it the easy way, maybe, or
Can we try something? Like,
Right
can
now?
can we challenge ourselves this season to bring somebody on the podcast that we know does not agree with us on something, and have to have that conversation?
and model the things that we've supposedly been learning for 5 years, 6 years.
There's a
Right.
lot of ways we can go with this, different topics, different things. So my worry has always been to have somebody on that I think has a hateful, platform that I don't really want to have coming out of our podcast. But maybe we can find a person that we maybe respect or know. I just think it'd be a nice challenge that we could try
Yeah.
to maybe do that
Yeah.
this season and actually sit and be confronted with, something that we really don't agree with.
I agree. Like, I'd be up for that challenge, and we'd have to do that carefully.
Yeah.
Without giving platforms to even that. I wonder. Yeah. Anyways, we'd have to think about that.
But maybe we shouldn't
Or-
get so hung up on the platform thing since we're not.
Yeah, not a huge platform.
Yeah. Right.
But also not setting someone up to be just ganged up on by the three of us.
Yeah, right.
One way to
Or-
mitigate that is maybe record one-on-one, one of us with this person separately,
Yeah.
and then we can
Yeah.
talk about
And
that
we'd have to be
conversation.
fully transparent
Yeah.
with the guest that's how we're doing it and all that. But, so I like that idea.
Yeah.
I also like the idea of kind of diving into topics we've done in the past, even ones we've done just the three of us, where there are areas where there is some tension or disagreement,
Yeah.
but going back and just going into that a little
Yeah.
deeper.
Yeah.
Like, I even think about one example of that were the God episodes, where I think you could clearly see we weren't all on the same page. We still had a pretty harmonious conversation, but like all three of us have a different perspective on what God means and what God is. But we like push into those differences and even try to like defend our perspective a little bit more. Would be another way to maybe challenge our harmoniousness. Yeah.
I think the other way to do that is having guests on maybe who have a perspective of a very difficult thing that they've been through, let's say, where I'm just trying to now articulate how that would work, but where the discussion is harmonious because we're probably all in agreement that thing or event was bad, but you're talking about really difficult things from somebody's past, maybe?
Yeah.
Which we kind of have done, but
Yeah.
there's potentially some upcoming guests that'll challenge us in that way a bit too.
Yeah, we do have some ideas that are percolating for sure.
So do we think the point of this podcast is to model, like when I have to explain it to people or put it on our website or whatever, I say model civil discourse. Like, is that the point of the podcast? Or is it educational? Are we entertainment? Like what? And the last 5 minutes, it sounds more like we want to model challenging conversations and doing that well.
Yeah.
Is it though, or is there more to it than that?
I mean, sorry to interrupt. I've always struggled a little bit with this because I think sometimes we get there, sometimes.
Yeah.
But there's also areas we don't go because we're worried. Maybe they're too contentious or real. Maybe we don't feel qualified to talk about them. And I do wonder year after year, should we try? Get that right guest, get that right perspective, or even just ourselves, just have an honest conversation and not worry too much, as long as we're being respectful. So I think we sometimes do a good job.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's still our goal.
Okay.
And it's still something we're striving for, and I don't think we've ever nailed it completely. But we're still trying to.
I like that we're still a work in progress. That means we'll keep trying.
I think so. And I think that's kind of also how to be harmonious, right? Like we're being realistic that we're still striving for something that we don't.
Because this season we nail it. It's probably our last one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because when we were
what
talking...
What more would there be to do?
When we were discussing a theme for this podcast, we said purpose. And right away I thought, like, what's the point? Like, like kind of a negative take on it.
Right.
Like, and so even thinking about, like, have we really achieved harmoniousness? And I don't think so. My reaction to that sometimes is, then what's the point? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
If we're not actually, if I hear someone give us feedback and say, you guys all agree, so like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Or like, you're creating more division by pointing it out. So then I think, what's the point? But you guys did a good job there, spinning it more in a positive way, like a growth mindset.
If you were doing this podcast by yourself, would you have quit by now?
Yes.
Yes.
Me for sure.
I quit after
Just
the first
wondering what you
episode.
guys are. Okay. So there's also something about the accountability, I think, of conversations. But like to me, it's also the looking forward to of the conversations.
Yeah.
But something about that is harmonious too, like the desire to work things through, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of things.
Like, I want to know what Tyler and Graham think about this.
Yeah.
Sort of.
A lot of things that people do that aren't podcasts are that last book clubs and curling leagues. Like a lot of things are the same way.
Right.
It's accountability. It's community.
Yeah.
It's a collective goal. It's not different. It's just maybe unique. Well, not these days. A lot of podcasts are out there these days, right? They felt unique early on anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
What's unique is that we're in season 7.
Yeah, I'm really proud of how
actually.
many years we've done this. And that's the other thing. I have a certain amount of pride, I think, in what we've been able to produce. Like, it's not perfect and not everyone has been golden, but when I look at our collection, I'm proud of it. And I look forward to maybe my kids when they're grown up listening, that kind of stuff, Like, I don't know if they would, but if they are.
Question for our listeners. If you were on a deserted island, which 10 episodes would you take with you?
Of Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. I have to say, I had a friend of mine, Mark, recommend The Lonely Island and Seth Meyers' podcast. It's a really funny podcast. They did SNL, and but I do love how it's a different podcast, but there's 3 or 4 guys, and it's quite nice how they treat each other, and they're really kind, and they're not aggressive like a lot of, I think, guy podcasts these days kind of tend to be maybe, and I really appreciate what they model. It's different stuff. It's talking about comedy, but there's some crossover that I really kind of want to try to strive for too. They're really empathetic to each other. They're very loving to each other. They're very thoughtful. Yeah. They'll tease, but then there's a heart of love there. And
have they ever had Shia LaBeouf on?
I don't know.
One thing someone said about our original stickers. Like actually when I reached out to a guest, stickers. They heard our name, Harmonious Gentlemen, and just the fact that it had gentlemen in it made them kind of cringe or like think, like a masculinity type podcast. But then when I sent
emasculinity,
what? No, just like another like a macho.
Like there's like the bro sphere of podcasters, right? Yeah. Like aggressive.
And like there's like a hockey related one that has gentleman at the end, like the Violent Gentleman or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, or it's some kind of brand. But so they saw our name and they were kind of turned off by the name Harmonious Gentleman. Mm-hmm. But then when I think they saw our logo and it's harmonious and then gentle and then below that is men.
Right.
That totally changed their perspective, and they're like they told me that. They said when we saw your sticker, we gave it more of a chance because. And I don't even know if we did that on purpose.
I'll have to ask our designer.
Yeah, but I think that's what you're saying. Like even if we're not doing in our conversation modeling like perfect civil discourse on really difficult things, we are some guys having a gentle conversation, or like just showing like friendship,
and we kind of think that's being masculine. Like that's how we want to define masculinity.
Right.
In a world that maybe doesn't want to define it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. We need a little break. I've been trying the world's finest nitro stout, and I'm not a stout fan. And I know this sounds like a plug, but it's really good. And I'm not even joking.
Shameless.
You can see how much is left. It's really good.
Yeah, actually, there's none, hardly.
It's all over your mustache.
Yeah, it's true. I can have it for later. Quick break, guys, then we'll keep our Harmonious in a second.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
This segment is brought to you by Cilantro and Chive. Delicious, creative dishes, a huge variety of locally crafted drinks, and with locations in Lacombe and Red Deer, they're making 2 communities more awesome. Check out their mouth-watering Burger of the Month, a rotating menu item that satisfies your hunger and supports local initiatives and charities. Cilantro and Chive. Fresh, simple eats.
I have a new role this year. I'm a principal of a school.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. One of the things I got to do a couple of weeks ago was lead some staff meetings. And I started the year with about 60 people, by saying, and I feel like I felt like it was risky for me to do this, but to tell the people in the room with me that my time, like I don't know how long I'm going to have this position with this group of people before maybe I get moved somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I want to be known for these 3 things. When my time is up, I want you to be able to say, this is kind of what we know about you. And the reason I did this is because these things are important to me, but also I want accountability, and I want the decisions I make to be filtered through these kind of ideas. So those 3 things, and when we talk about purpose, I think this is kind of where I'm going with this. One, that I'm known to distribute leadership. Like I'm not holding on. I'm not the keeper of the fire. I'm sharing that around, that it's something that we all do. 2, that I'm known to serve. So like you get an opportunity to see the way I work. I hope that's by serving the people around me. And that's always been really important to me, that if it's with my family or my coworkers, that's something I really value. Mm-hmm. And the 3rd thing is like a spirit of excellence. So everything that we do it to the best of our ability. And in a school, that can be one thing, but in like life, in a relationship, that might look like something else.
Yeah.
So being excellent, sharing it around, and serving each other. I guess that's how I see my own purpose.
In your position, but also just in your life.
In life in general.
And how did you come up with those 3 things? Like, did you sit and sort of think about that?
And how much Chat GPT?
Zero Chat GPT. More reflecting on like what are my personal values, and I've done like a lot of things like Myers-Briggs and the 16 personalities and the Enneagram and the Barrett Value Survey and the Strengths Finder and Clifton Strengths. Like there's all these things that I've done over the years and years and years, and I just had a binder of all these things, and I was like, okay, this keeps coming up. This keeps coming up.
Oh, neat. Okay.
So apparently those things mean something to me.
What do you think when you spoke to your staff? Which one of those do you think resonated most with your staff?
It depends on the people, and probably also depends on their own experience. So if they felt like they haven't had a chance to, well, I don't know. Actually, I'd have to ask them.
Just curious. Yeah, I guess you would. Yeah.
Which one would resonate the most?
Yeah. Well, and in a position of leadership, the idea
I need to ask that
of not being the only person that you can delegate.
Yeah.
You could, like that's
I
fairly.
think that one definitely.
Well, for certain people, right? Because some people maybe don't want that.
Right.
And
but please do it for us and tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you guys think about purpose?
So, but you think that that relates to your life's purpose too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think there's a correlation.
Yeah. Tyler,
thanks for sharing, Chris. I think we're done the segment.
Yeah. Tyler's looking really like thoughtful right now. He's got his arms folded. He's leaned back in his chair.
A little plug for an espresso martini.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what it's called. It's a beer we have a little taster of.
Yeah.
It's a beer by Blind Man, and it's got Birdie coffee in it. So two of our sponsors collaborated on this.
Yeah.
And it is very good. So I was just sitting back.
If you could order that at Cilantro, that would be the trifecta.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
We promise we don't just sit and drink every time we record.
No. Just this time.
Oh,
And we're not even that much. It's a taster.
It's a little taster.
Yeah, it's a little guy. It's like 1 ounce.
And that relates to your purpose. How?
Well, I was actually trying. I had an answer, but then Chris mentioned the Enneagram, and then
I don't know. Keep in
No,
mind, I don't
totally
remember my
slammed it.
number.
no,
You slammed it.
I
kidding.
if we look back, like I think we all started fairly critical of any kind of personality test, or maybe
Yeah, we
it was
did.
me to start.
We did.
But then I've come around on the Enneagram for sure. I would say I'm a 4, and part of
Remind us what that means again.
well, part of my purpose, according to that, or my goals, would be to to be unique, or that be
okay.
a characteristic. I don't know if it would be like the purpose, and I do think I do think that is true about me, that motivates what I do.
Can I have a follow-up question about this?
Yes, but I don't want that to be my whole answer. But
I think you are unique, but do you work at being unique, or are you just that way?
I think it is just part of the way I am, is that what comes first, chicken or the egg? Like, I agree. I think I am unique, but I also think I want to be unique.
Yeah, that's just part of the equation.
That is who I am.
But does anybody not want to be unique?
Oh, tons of people just want to follow the crowd, I think.
Yeah.
Or to be
Like, think of middle school or high school mentality. It's like you just want to fit in.
True.
And I think tons of people don't grow out of that.
That's just kind of their vibe still.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
But anyways, that's what I was leaning back, arms folded. I was kind of reflecting on that. But I do think my greater purpose in life, or at least what I hope it is to make the world better for those around me.
Yeah.
Or to make the day better for the people around me. Like, make the world better is such a lofty goal, but
right.
I do this little mantra with my kids on the way to school, and at the end of it, we say, I make the day better for those around me. And I think that's
cool.
Would maybe be my answer. And that's as a teacher, as a friend, as a father, it's pretty simple. Just my interactions should improve the experience for people around me.
You know when you hear other people's answers and you're like, yeah, that's what I should
Well,
say.
and both your answers were so good. And mine is I want to just do things that make me happy. It's funny you say that your little mantra with your kids. My kids and I, we always, before we leave in the morning, I always say just be kind and work hard. Those are the two things to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Which is kind of similar, right? I do believe if you do those two things, I think amazing things will happen in your life. I think if you can stick to those. It's an oversimplification, but
You'll
I think
be unique,
for kids,
actually.
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. I was thinking about this question, my purpose, and I I think I think we should all be like lifelong learners. Like I think that if you are open to learning and craving to learn, I think that will be reflected in other areas of your life. I think the rest might take care of itself if you are a lifelong learner. And I'm not always great, but I've always thought of myself as a lifelong learner. Like that's a term I've always like to use. Kind of strive towards that. So I don't know if that means purpose, but I think if you focus on just being open to learning things, I think that can influence you in lots of good ways. And everything you guys said as well, I agree with.
Yeah, well, that's why we're talking.
I think...
But these are ideals, right? Like these are like, I don't feel like this every single day. Right. And I want to be clear. Like I don't think I always do this, and I think there are things I do selfishly for myself. And I'm
asking for 5 years before somebody judges me on that, not like...
Sure.
Well, I think with this too, like there's to oversimplify it is an effective way to define your purpose, like to keep it like universal, like you can apply it to all aspects of your life.
Like a mission statement or a...
Yes. But then for me, it causes tension and like what if, because I also think I'm pretty passionate about, and this came up a little bit in our like rage episode, where like some things I feel like I have a sense of justice. Like when something is not the way I think it should be, I get angry about it. And I do think I should do something about it, which won't line up with making the day better for people around me, like necessarily.
Or maybe
it gets
not this day,
or it
maybe
gets more
tomorrow.
nuanced. Like it gets more complicated than that. Where if I see a bully treating someone else, and me confronting them isn't going to be a comfortable experience for them, right? But like my goal is to make the day better for the other person,
right?
But then navigating those tough conversations, it just becomes more complicated. So sometimes I love my answer. Like I liked my answer when I first said it, but immediately I started thinking, well, what about like all these injustices around the world? Is my purpose big enough if it's just be nice to the people I see during the day?
I have a fear that my purpose, I've spent my whole life defining my own purpose. And I feel like when I finally figure it out, I'll be out of time.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's just what life is.
I think so, in a way. Like when I was 20, it was more ambiguous. It was different, and I think I'm just defining it, and I'm honing in on it as I get older. And I think when I finally can articulate it perfectly, well, that'll be it. It's a dark note, but it's a dark beer too. So
I think probably all of our wives at one time were in the Calvinettes program, and their motto.
Krista,
do you know
wasn't.
what it is? Oh, Krista maybe wasn't.
Scientology? I forget.
It was their motto was to love mercy, act justly, and walk humbly. That's pretty sweet.
Micah 6:8.
Micah 6 verse 8.
There you go.
It's a pretty good life purpose. Okay. Anyway, none of us said those things, but those would be good too.
That's a pretty good purpose.
Well, guys, we shouldn't. Let's not dwell too much right now. Like I think that's good.
Okay.
I love getting to know you guys more every time we talk, but I think it's time to close it off. We're going to do some old school confessions, which, by the way, are you guys cool keeping this a part of the podcast this season? I definitely am.
Oh, I have been doing stuff all summer so that I have something to say.
I was going to suggest we cut it from the format. But
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't.
Okay.
Well, 2 against 1.
Well, and leading into our new confessions, we have our new sponsor, Birdie, as well. So just a shout out to them. Thank you again for coming on board. And let's get going.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's confess.
This segment is brought to you by Birdie Coffee. The team at Birdie Coffee is passionate about high-quality, locally made craft beverages. Enjoy a decadent latte, freshly roasted espresso, or something iced and delicious. Located in Red Deer, Alberta, Birdie Coffee Co. is a stop well worth making. But don't worry, if you aren't in the area, you can get their fresh roasted coffee beans delivered right to your door. Head to birdiecoffeeco.ca to learn more, or check them out at the Gasoline Alley Farmers Market, Thursday to Sunday.
You know, guys, sometimes when you're sitting in the upper floor of Blind Man Brewing, with a record playing in the background, hanging out with your dudes and your buds and your friends and your buddies, you want to confess stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're going to do.
We are.
We can't stop it. This train is left the station.
We talked about it not being a segment. It has to be.
It has to be. I think we'll be 95 years old sitting around in our nursing home confessing things.
It's a discipline at this point.
It models vulnerability.
Yep.
And
it's super fun.
improvement, self-improvement. Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. That wasn't very nice. I confess. Okay, guys, my confession is actually kind of embarrassing, and I'm gonna share it real quick. And actually, I owe my son an apology, and that's where this comes from. So, Harvey, if you're listening, love you, man. So I ran a little 8K race yesterday. Tyler, you and I ran a couple years ago, the Harvest Run, and so I did it yesterday, and it went okay. One of my confessions is I am secretly so much more competitive than anyone than I let on. Like I go to that final sheet they put up with the I need to know where I'm placed. I have to know.
Yeah.
And even though I know I can't compete with those top guys, I was going for top 10 or whatever. I'm very focused. Yeah. But before the race,
I've played tennis with Graham, so I know how competitive he is.
Okay. And we haven't played in a long time. There's a reason. So anyway, before the race, you gotta have that pee, right? You gotta use the washroom. And there's 4 porta potties here, and the lineup is crazy. So I'm I'm not gonna stand in line for this long.
Right.
And this is the Capstone area. We're parked in this gravel parking lot. So I'm just gonna go pee next to my car.
Sure.
That's I can go return my bag. I can get things ready, and I'm just gonna pee right next to this truck and my car. So it was really good. I had a lot of coffee that day. It was a nice, solid stream. A little bit too dark in color. I definitely was a little dehydrated.
Yeah.
Between the nitrous stout and the Marzen?
Details, I guess, aren't that necessary. So it was a big puddle at the end. And so then I went and did the run and went okay. And didn't quite get what I wanted, but I felt okay. And then after, my son also ran the 3K version. So it was really fun. We did it together. And then we went back to the car after, and he got in the car, and the guy next to me was walking up to his truck, and he saw the spot of pee right between our two vehicles.
It was still there after the race?
Yeah, it was still there.
Really?
Wow.
It was the race. I ran pretty fast, Tyler. So.
Okay. And a huge puddle, got it.
And so he looked at it, and he kind of laughed, and I said, "Yeah, he really had to go."
Whoa!
And he was already in the car, and so I completely
bus.
threw him under the car, I guess,
Yeah.
in a sense. And so that's my confession, that I used my kid as a scapegoat, as the person who peed right next to this guy's truck. So if Harvey's listening, or this dude, I'm sorry, man. The lineups are crazy.
It was me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real. That's raw.
It's real. Judge me all you want. That's what I'm doing here.
Nice.
I biked here, and I saw someone peeing in the Wendy's parking lot.
Oh, really?
And Wendy's is open. There's no way there's a big lineup in there. I wanted to kind of yell at him to stop. But I have a kind of bathroom-related confession too.
Was it ready before I said mine?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Look at this theme.
I changed my deodorant recently to a coconut vanilla scent.
Okay.
I just thought that looked interesting. And
I'll have to smell you later.
Yeah, you can.
Smell you later.
And so I think it was the very first day I was wearing it, and my son came in, and he's a cuddly guy. He came and sat close to me, and he said, "You smell like bathroom." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "No, smell. I got new deodorant on." He's like, "Yeah, that smells like a bathroom." And I think he's kind of right. I think it does smell kind of like the air freshener, or the urinal cake, or
oh no,
a bit of a a clean outhouse smell,
sanitary.
like a clean porta potty.
You smell like an outhouse, a clean outhouse.
Yeah. Because at first I was.
Well, in that case.
Yeah, but he was talking about the deodorant, but I still like it. That's my confession is.
I thought you were going to switch away from it.
I agree that it does kind of smell like that, but I do.
But you're
like
sticking to it.
That's a better smell than no deodorant at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a dirty outhouse.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But.
Which I avoided as well.
Okay, this is not an outhouse confession, although I probably do have one of those. This is about the memes that my wife and I share with each other on Instagram. That I've noticed that two things. One, she rarely likes or laughs at the ones I sent her. Even just acknowledge that you saw it. You know what I mean? Like you can
Like
tell
a little
somebody has opened it.
heart emoji or whatever.
Right.
You can do.
Or
It's like
like
a
the
one-way
laughing
meme.
face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I always respond to.
Sure.
Also, like I'm thinking the ones she's sending me are getting more pointed. Like, yeah, there's a chuckle there, but what actually do you intend? Like, what's beneath that?
She's sending you a message.
The confession is like, it's taken me some time to catch on to that, but I think I have to approach her and ask her about this.
So is this the way she's communicating with you primarily then
Well,
through memes?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, have we broken down our communication lines so much that now you're trying to tell me things through memes? Or do you think these things are funny
Yeah.
and we're sharing them with each other?
We do give our students a hard time for communicating via phone exclusively. So maybe
Like,
you're...
we still talk, but, you know,
Well, that's
is
good.
it like this is the way you're trying to tell me something? Like, maybe I don't like your coconut deodorant
Yeah.
and now I'm going to send you a meme about
Yeah.
it when you could
Yeah.
just come talk to me?
Interesting.
So my confession is maybe I'm not sure.
And I'd love to hear a follow-up.
I'll get back to you.
So do listeners. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of our listeners,
Mm-hmm.
new season kicking off.
Yeah.
Substack slowly gaining some subscribers. We want
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Easy to find. Substack, Harmonious Gentlemen.
Yeah.
We don't have a new email address.
No. And I would like some more emails this year. We had a bunch. I want more. I love reading them. And Tyler, I put you on the spot here, but I think we've had some talks with some sponsors about maybe some contests we might run. Yes or no? Or that you
I
talked
think,
about?
well,
We had talked
like a
about
bit
that.
of a scavenger hunt
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
details will be coming.
I don't want to take credit for you pointed to me, but it was I think Chris had the idea of some kind of scavenger hunt and
Well, one of you did, so.
I think it might have been one of our sponsors. Even.
and oh yeah, maybe that's true. But
But
yeah,
that
that's
might-
one thing to look forward to. I think there's a
like
few
a merch
things.
pack. A
Yeah.
merch package from our.
Sure.
Can you imagine getting like a pound of coffee,
Oh, come
a
on.
4-pack of beer,
Come on.
a cilantro gift card,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a year
Of tuition.
tuition at King's. Make it happen.
No, they have actually Kings has some nice swag though too.
Yeah.
Like
Their socks. I have a pair of their
yeah,
socks.
I have
Yeah.
their socks too.
So keep listening, and we'll have chances, I think, for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's
try
what it
to.
is.
We're gonna do more of what we've been doing, like we like.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do some new things this year too.
I'm feeling kind of motivated this year for sure.
Yeah.
And one more note, we are looking into ways of having maybe video versions of our podcasts
Yeah.
in a slightly more professional manner than we've had
Yeah.
via outside help.
Is
So
that right?
That could
Yeah.
happen.
Somehow our YouTube channel attracted the attention of someone who wants to help us create better video.
Our podcast has a
podcast.
YouTube channel?
Yeah,
It
I
sure
forgot about
does.
it, and it is.
I
it's
actually
going to be
honestly
deleted.
did not know
it's
that.
The content will be removed by the time this episode is released.
I'll
'cause
leave
it's,
it up there.
It's so bad.
It's us over Zoom calls with like 4
Oh.
listens or
and,
watches.
and like
Yeah.
the audio doesn't match up
Yeah.
very well,
Yeah.
and it,
We
Those were the days.
Those were some struggling days. Yeah.
yeah.
That was
But
early
that's
on.
an avenue that's
Early
kind of
COVID,
exciting. That's like kind of legit. So hopefully that
yeah,
can
that'll be
pan
fun.
out.
Some new merch,
Yeah.
new sponsors.
Man,
Yeah, it was.
what else, Chris?
It's all coming together right now.
It seriously is.
Guys, if you're a fan and you really like collecting enamel pins, can you tell us if there would be a market for that?
I would love
A Harmonious
even just for
Gentleman
us.
enamel
I would
pin.
love a pin.
Me
Yeah,
too.
what kind of merch should we pursue?
Ooh. Okay.
Like-
We'll say we love our hats.
Neckties?
No,
No. But yeah.
you're the only one who has to wear a tie to work.
But if
I
you're
don't
out,
even have to, but I choose to.
if you're out there and you have a merch recommendation, let us know because we love to produce this stuff. We love giving it out. We love finding T-shirts in thrift stores. So if you can help us out with
Yeah,
which
Was
we
it
did,
a T-shirt?
I think
there's been a T-shirt too and a
Yeah.
hat. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
devastating.
yeah.
No, that's good. It's circulating.
It's free
good.
advertising.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think it's
point.
great.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame people at all. Like I love circulating clothes.
Yeah.
And that's
If you're
awesome.
not wearing your Harmonious Gentleman T-shirt, please give it to a thrift store.
Yeah.
If you never wear it, give it away.
even a secondhand clothes in general, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
If you don't wear the hat, give it back to me.
Yeah, we actually
So
love.
we
use some
like
more
that.
We miss those hats.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of good stuff, you guys. I'm
Yeah.
pumped. So thank you for being here. Thanks for continuing on. I don't know what's coming
Just
up next
gets better.
episode, but we have some ideas.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we finished up all the
All the
preview
tasters.
and
Yeah. Sampled a few things.
worked out. Listeners, by the way, if you have been listening to our podcast since early on, you should let us know. I feel
Oh,
like there's
for
a few
sure.
people out there who maybe have been with us since their first season, first year. That'd be really cool to just drop us a line. If you don't want us to read it, let us know. But it'd be really cool just to know if anyone's been.
Yeah, if you
around.
think you've listened to every single episode, like
Yeah.
just let us know that. And
We got a
we're not going to
enamel
double check.
pin for
There's
you.
no way we could.
No, we
confirm.
can't check it.
But
No.
I have a few people in mind that I think might.
Yeah.
qualify.
Be impressive.
There'd be some
mothers?
there'd be some merch coming your way for sure.
I don't think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's you. And one more thing, you guys. This is 147, 150. We should do something fun.
Yeah.
And we'll discuss that. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm glad that you guys are in this year. I'm always scared that one of you is going to be like, you're done. I love that you guys are still here.
This year I thought it was going to be Tyler.
On the year that one of us decides not to do it, we have to do it while recording an episode.
Oh,
like,
I
guys,
don't.
I've been thinking like that.
Like
on an episode like this.
Okay, all right.
So this is where Tyler, like right now, when I say
148.
okay.
Well, we're committed for another year, so you can't do it now.
All right.
Okay.
Because of our awesome
It has to be
sponsors.
in the spring.
I just feel like I feel so grateful. Thank you, Blind Man. Thank you, Cilantro. Thank you, Birdie. And thank you, King's University.
Yeah.
Just one more time.
Yeah. And thank you, listeners.
And thank you, listeners.
Thank you, Ty and Graham.
Oh, come on. Get out
Thank
of here.
you, Chris.
Oh,
Anyway,
what? Okay. Guys, I'll see you next time on.
the Harmonious Gentleman Podcast.
Let's go.
Harmonious Gentlemen.
I wish there was some way I could repay you. How about dinner? I know this little out-of-the-way place that serves great Viking food.